I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jenny.
And I'm Natalie.
And we're the ShadyTreez Stitches.
Yes, they are.
On retreat with a special guest in the intro. And Natalie's with us because she's one of our guests and also because she has a very important job to do at our ShadyTreez retreat videos.
That's right. We are acknowledging today that we are on Gundungurra country. We're at the Blue Mountains in Katoomba, just over the shoulder, and Lisa will show a little bit later how close we are to the most amazing view. We are quite literally on top of the Three Sisters at the Blue Mountains. At the moment, we had a big storm last night, and the clouds are now sitting down in the bottom of the valley, and it's just so scenic. It's been really good, hasn't it?
And this is a really, really important part of Indigenous culture in the area and the Three Sisters. So it's really, we thought that was important.
Yeah,
that we identified that
Yeah.
right off the bat today.
Right off the bat. And if you're curious about the history of this area and the mythology around the Three Sisters, I won't go into it now because the story is long.
It's a good story though.
It's a great story. It's really engaging. Go and look it up.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really good. And tell the ladies what you thought of that story.
That'd be good. Well, thanks for joining us, Nat, as our first guest for today. We've got so many guests, we actually had to move Nat into our video, and we're so short on time that we're actually going to boot me out of the video, and I'm going to go to the end for my usual Lisa chat. So that's okay. You'll find me sometime. I don't know where. But let's start with Natalie. What have you been stitching on?
I have been stitching on a few pieces. One of the ones that I wanted to show before I got to the stitching that I've done this weekend is actually a model stitch that I've been doing for Lisa.
Yes, she has. Very
Lisa
exciting.
has designed some really cute little bits of fan art, particularly for younger stitchers,
Yes.
and they're so engaging. Okay, we
I'll
need
do
the
the
board.
board, you
We
talk.
need the board.
Yep.
So this is, it's not ironed. I'm very sorry for all of the people who really like ironed bits and pieces. This is a game that my children, who are 13 and 11, have gotten me to play. It's called Among Us, and the goal of it is for the little characters, which you saw just before, run around, do their tasks in a spaceship. Meanwhile, there is an imposter, and everybody has to try and guess who it was. And so here we go. This is the Christmas series, and of course it's not the angel.
No, it wasn't me. And the reason why I actually did it was because I'm wanting to get my son, who is on the spectrum and ADHD, to start stitching because it'd be really good for his fine motor skills and his concentration and his mindfulness and all that sort of thing. And he's really into Among Us.
That's right.
And so I designed it to be really quick and easy stitch. I mean, it's not necessarily quick for him, but I mean, for what would you say, 3 nights stitching, maybe a week at the most?
About a week.
Depending
About
on
a
how
week.
many hours.
A week at the end. So each of the little people was about 2 hours, 3 hours worth of stitching.
320 stitches from memory.
Yeah, about 320 stitches per little character. So, and there's 6 of them all up, I think that's right.
And just a shameless plug here, I've actually designed 3 different ones. So there's a Halloween one, there's a Christmas one, and there's a plain one which says Red is sus, because apparently Red is the most sus character according to my son. So
Totally
Red,
sus.
Red is sus.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've loved doing it, and he's loving stitching it, and hopefully sometime soon you'll get to see some more of that.
That's right.
Well, thank you for that, Natalie.
That's all right. I'll take it back with me, iron it, finish it off, and
then we'll have
and
a lovely
I'll
model
photograph
stitch.
it.
Yes, thank you.
That's all right. So other stitching that I've been doing, this is, again, Among Us. This is a little bit easier to see. There we go. So this is by Up, Up, Down, Down Crafts on Etsy. And I'm stitching this along with Stitching Megan May. And we're both stitching this for our children who are super fans. And we're very excited by that. And she nearly gave the game away last night.
Yes, she did, but yeah.
Yes, sorry, Megan.
And I love that you're stitching it on your Ice Pick Murder fabric as well.
Yes, this is the most fantastic. This is from the Sassy Pouch, 28 count. Ice Pick Murder.
Look at all that blood.
Look at all the blood.
Because with the Among Us, it is very kid friendly, but you do, if you let them go live, there is the usual internet sort of public people problems, but you can contain it just within people they know.
That's right.
But yeah, and then there's a bit of cartoon gore when they chop someone's head off or something. But it's fun. Like it's I actually think it's just like when the kids used to play cops and robbers or cowboys and Indians back in our youth.
I'll do this one next.
Yep.
Okay, and also for prompts for the Mittagong Stitching Retreat, we've been stitching on Christmas. So in my Veronique Enginger Christmas book, it is so beautiful. I've been stitching on caroling. So there's the cover art. And this is 400 stitches on those.
They are so cute.
I'm stitching that on a 22 count. I think it's Hardanger.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Hardanger, so it's very tiny. And I'm missing some colours, so that's why there are gaps. That's why the hats aren't filled in, the coats aren't filled in.
Yes.
Well, no, I've got the colours for that. I just didn't need that for the stitching.
It's all for the prompts. We have been having a ball doing these prompts.
We really have. Oh, and
how many prompts do you think you've done this weekend?
8.
8, that's good. There's 12 in total, including one that Natalie's definitely done. Ribbit. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, we won't talk about that, but she's even managed to do a substantial amount on that prompt.
Yeah, I've got I've put in over 1,000 successful stitches. 1,200 stitches if you count the ones that I had to frog out and replace.
Anyway,
and the other prompt that Lisa and I both enjoy stitching, we started this.
Well, the last retreat
we were together at, so that was June. Is our little Asian duo. There we go. This is our Japanese
and we
couple.
got them the right way round.
We have got them the right way round.
Because they're long lost lovers who've been separated. How sad, but then they come back together. So at the moment they're sad and separate. So how's your sad and separate girl doing?
Oh, wow. She has an arm. Sorry, Jenny. Thank you. Your long arms come to the rescue.
Yes, Jenny.
That's looking really good.
It is. There's no back stitching there on her obi. Sorry, on her. No, that's the obi is the
bow bit. Yeah.
On her kimono.
Oh, she's looking good.
Yeah, she is looking beautiful. And how did you go?
Oh, you've got an arm as well.
I started on his arm.
A sleeve, yes.
Because I'd done the tree when we last met, and I have not touched this since we last saw. And it's every chance that unless a prompt particularly calls for something Asian influenced or a warrior or something, I won't be touching this except when I'm at the retreat with Natalie. But I love it. It's beautiful.
And it's interesting that both of you, like you obviously had to start with the tree,
we did.
But now you've both done. Like you've completed the
yes,
sleeves.
We're actually,
you haven't sort of moved anywhere else.
We're actually doing completion of the area. We're not just doing colour completion across the piece.
Yeah.
So both of us. It's without
it's
talking.
Fascinating. Yeah, that's how it works. And I am stitching on Paddock Lane, Spring Garden, 32 count.
Well, I'm stitching on Paddock Lane. No idea what it's called.
I have a feeling that it's probably Spring Garden.
No, it's different. No, it's darker than Spring Garden.
And a bit bluer.
Mine's a bit bluer. But as with all of mine, I mean, I can dye anything that you want me to dye approximately. I don't work to recipe. So if you want something that is green or like you said, you wanted a bright yellow one time.
Yes.
I just did a bright yellow. I do a couple of different ones. You pick what you like and I go, woo, there we go. But thank you. I'm loving it. And I really would like to thank my friends for supporting my business. It's wonderful. And I'm glad they're enjoying the fabrics because it's so nice to support Australian businesses.
It really is. It's
really want to do
lovely. So I have a little bit of haul. Okay, so the lovely Sue who you met before is very handy at making
They
thread
haven't
drops.
They haven't met it yet.
Yeah, oh, no,
yeah,
you
you
haven't
will,
met.
you will, you will.
You will. Okay, we did feel this a little bit.
It's
upfront.
confusing.
It's
Yeah,
confusing.
don't worry about it. Yeah.
You are going to meet Sue, and she is lovely. She's quite shy, but she's lovely, and she is very creative and made some thread drops for me. So she said, "Oh, I'll do that for you."
Look at
So
that.
I have thread
Oh,
drops.
these are the
Beautiful.
sparkly ones.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, and there's another set as well
Cool.
that are
They're beautiful.
pinky colour. What else is there? Okay, so this is from Taryn. So this was a little bit of stitching unload from Taryn, who was here, but she's not here. So a little bit of memorabilia. That's Christmas Elegance, Fairy Summer Love, Passione Ricamo, Spring Fae,
I'm seeing a bit of a pattern here, Nat.
and Summer Fae.
I think someone likes her fairies.
And we've got a Christmas cottage. So Taryn's got the partner to that one. Oh, and there's a cute little button in there as well.
Yep.
This is a bit of unload from Liz from the freebie table.
That's cute.
So
I like
I'm
that.
going to have a bit of fun with embroidery. And I have a Taryn bag.
May Gibbs. That's beautiful. Show the back of it.
So that looks like you got the pink background and Gigi got the black background.
We all got a
That's
different
right.
colour, and this is the
Pretty.
yellow one.
Yes.
Well, that's
Very
awesome. And
cute.
what's
Yes.
been your favourite thing about the retreat, Nat?
Oh, coming together. And getting away from the kids.
Kid-free weekend. Yes.
Kid-free, husband-free weekend. Guilt-free.
Yes.
Absolutely guilt-free. They're home, they're happy, they're safe, they're doing what they love, and I'm here with my friends doing what I love
Yes.
in a beautiful location. So we've been having a great time.
Okay, so we might just pause there for a second, and we'll see if we can get back to with you and Jenny in a sec. So, okay, we're back. We've got to get out of the place, but we really want to make sure that they're not very good at being quiet. We're trying to get this done before we get going. So here's Jenny's stuff. What have you been stitching on?
Okay, well, I'll put that one to last because that kind of leads into haul. Okay, so last time I showed you my little ladybug needle roll,
Yeah.
and I have been working on that a fair bit. So it now looks like this.
So cute.
And so that was one of the prompts for the retreat was something with an insect.
Yep.
So I've done that one. So I have done 393 stitches on that since you last saw it. I should have closed my book. I've also done a bit more on my scissor keep. So that now looks, I've just got to make sure I get it around the right way. That way, so last time I just had the border, now I have a strawberry de leaf. And that is 219 more stitches, which is exactly the same as I'd done last time.
Wow, you're
That's
very
odd.
consistent. Very consistent, Jan. Love the consistency.
So that was not for this. That was just because I've done a bit more on my little house neighbourhood.
Yes.
Because one of the prompts for the retreat was something with a house.
Mm-hmm.
This one has lots of houses.
I actually brought my house for the same reason, but I didn't end up stitching on it because I had
So
enough.
I've done another 213 stitches. So this bottom house is now, there's still one more row to go, but that middle section's almost complete now. Which is
Awesome.
looking good. Then I had a retreat new start.
Yay! She put a vote to us.
Yes, I have lots and lots of kits of Christmas decorations. And I couldn't choose which one. And I figured all of them in preparation for No New Starts 2021. All of them, they're a kit, and so it comes with one piece of material to do 6 decorations. So if I start one and get enough stitches in, then I can continue working on it for the rest of the year. So the vote came in for me to start this one, Timeless Elegance Ornaments.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise it. I started on the most difficult one, this purple one in the middle, because it has half crosses right next to full crosses of the same colour, and I didn't realise when I first started that that's what it was. And yeah, anyway. So because it was only half crosses, it looks like a lot more, but that is 200 exactly.
Oh, it's a whip.
It's a whip. So the prompt for the retreat was 200 stitches, and 200 stitches makes it a whip. So it worked for both of those.
Awesome.
Yep. So that's that one, and then I've done a little bit more on my tribal Eiffel Tower. It's still not quite a whip yet. It's close. I've got like 20 more stitches to do.
You'll probably knock that over today.
Possibly. So that's where that one's up to. It looks so much like an Eiffel Tower, I know.
No, it doesn't, but the needle minder does.
Yes, so this is new needle minder. So this is leading into now my haul.
Merry Christmas to Jenny. As usual, we're giving Christmas presents early.
So this is a stitch and button needle minder, and I thought this is the perfect whip for it to go on, because my other Paris whip already has a Paris needle minder, and this is an Eiffel Tower one, which now has an Eiffel Tower needle minder.
Yay.
Which is very cool. And the other bit of my Christmas present from Lisa was 20 count, easy grid, big enough for me to start
A Stitch
my
in Time.
Amy Stewart bookshelf.
The Stitch in Time one that she's joining Rachel and I and whoever else in the world is doing. But yeah, we are.
At some point,
stitching
I
together.
haven't got all the thread for it yet, but at least now I have the material.
Yes.
So I'm partway there. I have pattern, I have material. Be good.
So Jenny's Christmas is done. Merry Christmas to Jenny. What else have you got in haul, Jenny?
Okay, well, stuff that I bought myself. So this is 3 different colours of Hessian, because I have an Annette Erickson pattern to do a patchwork quilt where some of the squares are cross stitch and some of the squares are material, and it says to do it on Hessian, and all of the different cross stitch squares are different motifs for France, Paris. Surprise, surprise. So yes, so I have that now. So that again, that's pattern and material now, getting there. And then stuff that I bought at the retreat. So from Taryn, I bought, this is so cute, little Mary Poppins needle minder.
It's so weird having such a deep table.
And I might put this on the board because then you can see a little zipper pull, which is really pretty. That was from Taryn. Oh, and I've given Taryn the material that I showed a couple of videos ago, the Christmas, the Scandinavian Christmas, and the dark with the big bright flowers. I've handed all of that over to Taryn for her to make into project bags. So coming soon will be more Taryn bags.
Yay! Awesome.
Okay, and then I will do this one next.
Yeah. So this one is actually from the very talented Michelle, who you'll meet in the next video. Oh, you've met already, you know Michelle, but
yeah,
she's in the next video. And she has just launched her own business on Etsy and making zipper pulls, and also doing her own photography as full coverage patterns. And she's very talented. So she brought some of her wares. We had our own little, like, because this was the weekend of the Mittagong Retreat, we did as much as we could like the Mittagong Retreat. So we had 8, 9 people here.
Yeah.
We had the stay up late, the chat, we linked in on the video. We also were able to have our own trunk show because we have 3 shop vendors who came to our retreat. So Taryn, obviously with her bags and now their little wonderful bits. Myself, obviously, Paddock Lane Designs with my fabric. Obviously not really selling patterns this weekend, but my fabric. And then I also did bring some needle minders that I made as gifts for the others, which you'll see in a minute. And Michelle brought her zipper pulls. So what did you get from Michelle?
I got a little green one with a leaf, which I'm hoping will match the Taryn bag that I'm getting with the...
Yep. And she does a really beautiful job. Can you hold one of them?
Oh, yep.
All right. So these are just some examples. Is it so tall? Look at that. Look how much beautiful detail there is with the little trinkets. So there's 2 more, a Christmas one, and reminds me of frozen fairies.
Yeah.
And I've got some too, which you'll see in my haul. But as we said, because of the restraints, you'll have to just wait and see. What else did you get?
Okay, so my Lisa needle minder is a cute little... Oh, hang on.
You can't see it anyway. You have to use the
Now, how about I just put it on the material?
fabric, yes.
So I bought some Paddock Lane baby blue material, and I got
She's got the needle mine on there, it's much better.
a
There we
little
go.
cute chest of drawers. Very sweet. And then from the freebie table, you may have seen this one before.
Yes, I knew that Jenny
Welcome
wanted
spot
that one.
sampler.
She definitely wanted that
And
one.
some metallic thread.
Jenny's very good at not going overboard on the freebie table.
Well, a lot of it I'd already seen because
Yes.
a lot of the stuff from Lisa I've already seen. A lot of the stuff from Liz I'd already seen. So
It's true. So yeah, there
I
wasn't
was
a lot
happy-
of extra stuff on the freebie table. It really mostly came from
I didn't bring any because I didn't have a lot really.
no, but that's all right. And a lot of our stuff that we would have gone on the freebie table, we are going to be putting forward into the raffle prizes for No New
Yes.
Starts.
Yes.
So that is it for Jenny and I. What's been your favourite thing apart from hanging with everyone and chatting and stitching and laughing, which everyone has enjoyed?
Well, that kind of is it.
It's
'Cause
kind of it. What about
whereas everybody else, it's a weekend away from hubby and kids and stuff. For me, it's a weekend with people because I live by myself. So
all right.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to finish the filming from here.
Yep.
So we can do the next bit of the video up here, and then I'm actually going to tack my stitching probably here, so it's going to be a bit choppy, but you'll
yeah.
live.
Yeah.
But look, for everyone who has participated in the Mittagong Retreat this weekend, and kudos to Kerry and Michelle for organising it virtually. We've had a ball. We're having it this weekend because it's Mittagong weekend, and we
Yes.
have loved doing the challenges. 200 stitches on all those different prompts is right up our alley. How many have you done, do you think?
I've only done 3.
But
But,
that's quite
but
for
I
Jenny.
didn't arrive until really late Friday night.
Yeah.
Didn't do any stitching Friday night because I had work and then scouts and then drive up here.
Yep.
And so I was only stitching yesterday. And I'm really glad that I drove up on Friday night because with the mist and the fog we had last night, that would have been really
Dangerous.
scary.
Yeah.
So-
No, but for you, Jenny, to do 3 prompts in a day, that's great. That's wonderful because there's no distractions. So I enjoyed it. I've worked on, I'm not sure how many I've done, and probably by the time I get home and film my bit of this video, I might just tell you how many I get to by then.
Yep.
Because we are actually, after we finish here, we're going up to the RSL club. We're going to stitch in the RSL club for a little while at Katoomba RSL, and they don't know what they're in for. And then we're going to have lunch and then head home because it's about a 3-hour drive home from here for me.
Yeah.
I'm the furthest away, whereas usually I'm the closest. And our next retreat will most likely be back up at the regular ShadyTreez, and then we'll see what we do from there. We may come back to the Blue Mountains or somewhere else. It's nice to share it around. But you'll notice we did put a nice big shady tree in the backdrop for you. We were going to give you the beautiful Blue Mountains view, but as you'll see when I pan around in the next video, it's just too bright, and
Yeah.
we could show you the view, but not when we sat down in front of it.
Nope.
But thanks for joining us, Jen.
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so I'm finally home. In fact, it's Monday morning. Too much housework to do when I got home. And I'm here just to finish off this video by showing you my portion of the Mittagong ShadyTreez Stitches Retreat weekend. So first of all, we've got what else I stitched on that wasn't to do with anyone else. I stitched on my Anzac for a lot of different prompts, and it was really good. Now I sit like this. I've worked on that whole boat down the bottom. Had to do this for something with variegated thread, 400 stitches, and I was going to use it for something with animals as well, but I didn't get there. So I didn't even make the variegated thread because I missed it by 10 minutes because it finished at midday on Sunday, the stitching for the challenges. But I was pleased to at least get 400 stitches done on it. And I also, the Daily 30 group started doing the next 6-week challenge of tagging people. So I was able to use this for tags. It was really good. 200 for a tag, equated them in, which was really quite cool. One of the other prompts we had to do involved stitching in purple. So I worked on my Easter House trio, which I always get confused with the spring. And these are the ones that Gigi and I are going to be doing the whole series between us. So I've got Easter House trio, and I did do 200 stitches on it, which enabled me to finish the purple border. So one house. So I'm stitching this one on a piece of Colour Cascades fabric, like the bright colours, and I'll be able to actually get 2 onto this colour. So I just have to decide which 2 are going to share this piece of fabric. I don't like wasting fabric, and I think it would be a strange size left for other pieces. So that's what I'm going to plan to do with it. Now this one is in a beautiful part of my stash. I'll show you now because here. Stunning! Stitch and Button in America, Vicky Gable. Bought this from her. Look at those gorgeous gingerbread houses. And as I said, she really does the best job. And she puts a lot of effort in. Look at that cute little gingerbread castle tag on it. She really does a fantastic job. So thank you, Vicky, for this. I did get some other things, which reminds me I have to find where I stashed them. Okay, I also worked on, I don't know if I have a picture of it. Everything's a little bit chaotic today, as you can imagine. You can see a lot of the back of my head. Okay, Brussels. I also worked on my Paddock Lane Designs Among Us, which is a full pattern of the 3 of them combined, only I'm actually doing it in reverse order. So I've actually put my Halloween at the bottom, and so this one I did because I needed to do something subversive. So I was stitching on it for my subversive prompt for the retreat, and I am doing this, you probably remember from when I showed you previously, on my beautiful piece of Ice Pick Murder fabric from the Sassy Pouch. So that's where I'm up to. I did all this black. I had to do 200 for black and 200 for subversive, and I won the raffle prize for this prompt, so that's very exciting. So I win a gift voucher. I'm not sure what for yet, I'll find out in my email, but yeah, I won a gift voucher for the subversive prompt for stitching this one. So there you go. So that's my my Among Us, inspired by Natalie wanting an Among Us pattern, and then she found the other one she started, but then was very kind, as you heard, to do my model stitch for the Christmas section. So my Christmas section is going to come up here, which is really, really cool. And I only worked on one other piece while at the retreat, and that was this one. And this one was my postcards, my postage stamps. I have the picture to show you, but I had to wear stitching yellow. So I did, it's a huge bit of fabric. There, all that yellow in the Sydney. So I worked on that one, which was super cool. So that was for my yellow prompt, and I had to do 200 stitches in yellow. So that was what I did at the retreat, and I was really pleased because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 out of the, 9 out of the 12 prompts done. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well for a bit of the time, and we were chatting a lot, so didn't get it all done. I thought I would have, but I didn't get Halloween done, insects or animals. And the insects and animals were going to be on Anzacs, just I didn't get there because I got tired. I was stitching back to front at midnight on Saturday night, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go to bed. It's not going to be pretty if I have to keep frigging more. So that's where all that stuff is. Okay, then that leads me to my stitching from previous week. So sorry, it's a bit of a long video, but again, I minimised the pieces. Since I've last seen you, I've only done 4,496 stitches, and you see I have a little friend with me today. I'm in our lounge room. You've never seen this room before, but there's things going on outside, so I'm hiding away in a quiet room. So yeah, just 4,500 stitches, of which 1,000 of that I did on the Saturday of the retreat, and I did about 800 pretty much between 5 p.m. and midnight on the Friday night of the retreat. So I do get a lot done, but Sunday we couldn't get much done because of all the videoing. And then we went to a beautiful lunch, and then I had to drive for 3.5 hours home. So when I got home, it was family time, and so yeah, not much done. Okay, sorry, I'm rambling, I apologize. So I did start to do another new start, thanks to virtual stitches people, and in particular Sue. I blame Sue for this one. And this one is so me, it's not funny. It's called a pandemic sampler, and I'm very bad and I can't tell you who designed it, but it is on Virtual Stitches' site, and it is a traditional looking sampler. I will see if I can put a picture here, if I can find it, just to show you what the sampler is going to look like. So I am stitching mine on a piece of Paddock Lane dyed brown, and look at that, stunning. And it's traditional sampler. So Sue and I started this together. She did the dark grey like the pattern had in the picture, and that is about 400 stitches, I think. 502, sorry, 502 stitches. And that is a full corner of the pandemic sampler. So it's a nice traditional prim style. And I've substituted out a lot of the colours. I wanted to use, I thought seeing it's a traditional sampler, I would use my fancy threads. So I subbed out a lot of the colours for the nearest fancy thread that I could find, which was really quite cool. Okay, I also had to stitch on for a homework prompt something that was old again. Where is he hiding? Here he is. And I worked on my old cat glasses case. So 1997. But hey, I've actually got a use for it. I'm going to put I have a different pair of glasses I wear to band practice, because where the music is right in the middle, and you've got to sort of be able to peripherally see the conductor and read the music. But it's like at a distance. Everything else as I do is closer. So my multifocals, I have to get my head in like just the right space for the music, and then I can't see the conductor. Anyway, I'm rambling again. I did 310 stitches on my cat glasses. I basically did his head. So yeah, so I did that, and that is where he's 310 done. He's nearly done. I've got to do his face and all the little red dots, so he will be definitely going in to finish that stitch December, which is really quite exciting. I'm so looking forward to that. It's going to be good. So I'm actually filming on my little stitching trolley. That's why you just went for a bit of a ride. Apologies. Okay, I also started Once Upon a Tree sampler, and this is a Jeanette Douglas. And Once Upon a Tree sampler, I did about 300 stitches in for a prompt. Sorry, I'm a bit vague on the prompts at the moment. Now this one amazed me at just how small the stitching was, because this is a Paddock Lane 32 count even weave, and look at that. So it's beautiful. I like it, but it's really small, so it's actually going to just go up there. So this is Autumn Leaves coloured dye, I must say one of my best sellers, so I really like that. But you can see how small it is on that fabric, and this is only about a 30 centimetre wide piece of fabric, so it's a tiny little piece, and it's going to be super cute. So as you know, trying to get my starts in. Got asked a question by Taryn, and it was a good question, and it's a question that we're going to ponder in No New Starts, is that all these people who are starting all these things now so that they can do no new starts next year, would they end up with more whips next year than they would have had if they just went with the flow normally? And that's a very, very good question. I know me personally, I would be the same, because I allocated myself a certain number of whips to start for 2020, and some of these are still the ones I'm starting from that. And then I've allocated myself the same sort of number for 2021. And I know I'm going to knock off some at the end of the year and during the year. And I have started a lot of BAPs and Haids, so I'm not going to knock them off anytime soon. So I don't necessarily see myself starting so many projects every year going forward. But because I'm finding my stash again after a long hiatus, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Now the last piece I think that I started is Winter from the Cricket collection. And again, I would have done about 300 stitches on this. You'll be so excited. So I'm doing these on specifically dyed pieces, like I was saying in one of the videos, of I've dyed some Aida that's the right size for these cricket collections. So this is an 18 count Aida, and there's my tee you can see that I've done. So yeah, that means that these are just the right size to stitch on, and they fit really beautifully into an 11 by 8 Q-snap or an 8 by 8. So it's really really easy to stitch on them. Okay, also worked on Alice. Ugh. Alice, she's progressing quite nicely in this horrible thread up there. So there we've got the filling in the curtain. So all I've got to do is work my way down from the top. So I'm going to finish this curtain, then I'm going to work on all the metallics going around here, and then we get down to her head. And it's quite funny because for this week there's some prompt in something or other where you have to stitch on something that has a head. It's for Supernatural. A body with a head attached. And as you know, if I can find her, Alice clearly has a head attached. It's just that in my version, she doesn't have her head on it yet. So I find that really quite amusing that I'm stitching on her for a prompt because she has a head, but she hasn't got a head. Anyway, all right, so that is all the stitching that I did during the last week and at the retreat. So quite a lot of stitching, but not a lot of numbers, just a lot of projects. And that brings me to my haul. I was pretty good, I reckon. I was pretty good. I got some beautiful bags from Sue. So this one's got my Spring House Trio in it. So Sue's sister made her some bags and she gave them to me as a present. And I got quite a few from her. I got that one and this beautiful one with gorgeous under the sea one, and these are a nice little size, really good just for to hold the size projects that I do. But as far as a Q-snap, keep an 8 by 8 in it. The 8 by 11 will be a little bit tight, so they're a little smallish size, really really cute. She doesn't sell them, so sorry, they're just for me to show you. And look at this absolutely stunning traditional style one. Look at that cuteness. So thank you, Sue, for those beautiful presents. And she also gifted me 2 memorabilia patterns that I have been looking for. So I have got the Circle of Friends and also Snapdragon. So 2 more memorabilias for my question from Sue. And she very kindly went out and bought me, I got it, but she physically bought it for me, a big hole punch to make my thread drops out of. So it's huge, but it's just the right size for half a playing card. So you'll be seeing me do them. Just be easy on the ones I hadn't pre-cut. And then the other thing I purchased was, there is more I purchased, hold on. I got some of the zipper pulls and things from Michelle and also from Taryn. As I said, it was lovely to have a few different things there. There we go. So, okay. That means I found the thing I knew I was missing. Oopsie, come here. This is from Stitch and Button. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? And what it is, on a chain, it's a frogger needle. So the idea is that you can click it onto your project when you need to do frogging, and it's on a big long chain, so you can always find it. So I bought that from Stitch and Button and from the lovely Michelle, and I will link all these stores below that I'm talking about, but Michelle's, look at this beautiful scissor pull. She has them as scissor zipper pulls, really really gorgeous, nice pearly beads and a little sort of material feather at the bottom. So I got that. And then from Taryn, so Teaser Handmaids, I got some more zipper pulls, absolutely stunning. Let me just zoom in. Look at that one. So my bags are going to be really beautiful. A nice green one. Oh, I forgot the ring she told me to take, but that's all right. And look at this one. She is so creative. She's made a golden snitch. How clever. So well done to Taryn for that. And then I had to get some Taryn bags. So we have some beautiful cupcakes with purple on the inside. And these are a lot bigger than Sue's ones. So you can see there, the size different. Taryn's bags are really generous. And you can fit, I think, an 11 by 11 in them. And I got a May Gives with a beautiful pink one. And an Outlander with a plaid, and of course the summer Christmas one. So thank you for all them. So exciting. And then from the freebie table, I scored a whole bunch of Brooks books thanks to Liz. So I have got Christmas Cuties, and then a whole bunch of these angel ornaments that I have a lot in the collection. So we have the crochet one, we have got, I'm trying to find which one she is, Spirit of Christmas Angel. We've got the Spirit of Knitting Angel. And then I've got Peace, Joy, Love, Hope, and Spirit of Christmas Future. So they'll all be going into my stash pile, ready for me to stitch. Okay people, that is it. So it's going to be a long video. I'll go and get it up now. And thank you for watching us, enjoying, and I will look forward to catching up with you next week. All right, happy stitching.